vibe, you better catch your breath. Oh man, they ain't ready for it. This is something that they can't ignore. Coming down like a meteor. This is more than a game, you better get ready. Shock the world. Shock the world. This is more than a game. You better get ready. Go ahead, get ready. Shock the world. Yeah. Shock the world. Shock the world. Shock the world. Shock the world. This is more than a game. You better get ready. Go ahead, get ready. Shock the world. Yeah. Shock the world.
Hello and welcome into Mullet Arena. I got a new partner today, Steve Peters. Join us on the broadcast. Dylan Pescator, yours truly. Our two semifinal matchups here on Thursday. Let's start with Notre Dame and Mountain Ridge, the 2 and the 3 seed. P, let's start with Notre Dame. A big win last night against Brophy, 5-1. Drew Jasmine led the way with 2 goals.
Yeah, when you look at that Notre Dame team, what they did against Brophy, they went to their strengths. Their high-skilled guys played high-skilled. They played with speed, and their better players were their best players. And that's how Notre Dame beats you, with their skill. You know, the Brophy team, it's a young team. They're on their way up, and they can take things from this game and they can grow into next year. But Notre Dame, they just need more of the same tonight.
5-1 win for them. Mountain Ridge the day before on Tuesday night, a 2-0 shutout win over Basha Perry. 2 goals from not really their top guys, 2 goals from Braden Horman.
Yeah, you look at that game, that's more of a defensive battle. But really, that's what Mountain Ridge does. I mean, Mountain Ridge is a deeper team that beats you by hanging around a game, and they defend extremely well, and they're going to need to tonight. This isn't a team, when high school hockey, you look at the teams that win state championships, they usually beat you with 2 or 3 guys at high-end skill. That's not what Mountain Ridge does. They beat you as a team. They defend extremely well, and they come at you with 3 lines, and you never know who's going to be the hero with this Mountain Ridge team. They're going to have their hands full against the skill of Notre Dame tonight.
You mentioned it, a lot of skill, a lot of talent on both sides. Give me 2 or 3 players to watch for Notre Dame.
Well, for Notre Dame, it starts and ends with Reed Granlich. I mean, he's a guy, he's in his 4th state tournament. It could be his 4th finals if they get lucky again tonight. The kid has incredible speed, skill. He is going to lead the offense for this team. And right behind him is Drew Jasmine. He's going to play in the second line center. You come in a 1-2 punch with Granlich and Jasmine. But surprisingly, kid last night that I watched, it was Sam Koch. Yep. He's a younger player. He got 2 points, a goal, and an assist. But keep an eye on him. He could be the X factor in this game for the Notre Dame.
3 players for the Saints. What about on the Mountain Ridge side? Who are you looking for?
Get Cam DeBatman. He's a freshman. When you talk about Cam DeBatman, he's a freshman that leads this team in scoring. So keep your eye on him. And then Mason McCosh, who joined his team a little bit later in the season, plays forward, plays defense. Look for him all over the ice. Again, somebody else can help them on the power play, but one to watch for. You talked about him already. Braden Horman gets 2 goals, 4 goals the entire regular season, picks up 2 in the quarterfinals.
Must just be a playoff player. Goaltenders tonight, Matthew Gahan for Notre Dame, the senior.
You know, Matthew Gahan, you talk about him, you talk about experience. He's played in the Mullet Arena before. He was here in a big game in the overtime championship loss a season ago. So look for that to be his strength. But on the other end of the ice, this kid,
Cavalcante.
It's
a tough one.
RJ Cavalcante. This kid was exceptional in the quarterfinals. I tell you what, the kid can kick it. He's only a sophomore. Kid's fun to watch. This is going to be a goaltending duel. These are 2 goalies that are both in the top 10 in all of high school hockey. So this is going to be a really good matchup tonight.
You got a senior in net for Notre Dame. You got a sophomore in net for Mountain Ridge. The 2 seed Mountain Lions, the 3 seed Prep Saints. We'll take it to the anthem, and we'll be back for Puck Drop shortly.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the
anthem over. We're ready to go here at the Mullet. As Mountain Ridge in white, Notre Dame in the purple. We gave you our players to watch. We gave you the goaltenders, Cavalcante in white, Gahan in purple. The 2-seed Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions, the 3-seed Notre Dame Prep Saints for a chance to go to the championship on Sunday at 5 o'clock.
And I think for this one right now, you got to look for Mountain Ridge. They just got to keep this one tied or better through one. They've got to keep this game close. The fear you have against a team like Notre Dame that has that kind of firepower up front is they get out and jump out to an early lead. That's not a good way. Mountain Ridge can't play from behind this game. They're going to have to get out and try to hold off this big push by the Notre Dame Saints.
Both teams scored in the first period of their quarterfinal game. Notre Dame just about 40 seconds in with Gramlich to Jaswin in front to get them started last night. Now it's a chance for who's going to the championship. Puck's down and we're ready to go for the first of 2 semifinals today. Gramlich will tip it forward. Back is Hogenauer. Madden Hogenauer and Adam Kaplan, they've led this top unit back on D for Notre Dame all season long. Here's Kyle Rahela, their lockdown D. Kaplan gloved it down. Delayed offsides, which means Gramlich has to come and touch up. As you see, you got the freshman out there. Sam Koch getting boosted up to the top line. He's playing with Gramlich and Borzone. Getting to the puck versus Englerth in the corner. Kaplan takes it away on the centering pass. And Notre Dame exits. Adam Kaplan, as reliable as it gets, back on the D end.
Yeah, I think this is what you're going to see in the start of this one, Dylan. I think you're going to see everybody feeling each other out a little bit. Nobody wants to make that first mistake that leads to a goal against.
Borzone gets it ahead. The shot by Bjorndal got blocked, and Cavalcante will cover. Braden Hordichuk out there again. Notre Dame didn't have him last night. He's a potential game changer as well.
Let's hope he's a little bit better skater than his dad, Darcy. Now, Darcy, I don't know if you're watching, but a little bit better skater there in your son. No, this is the start that Mountain Ridge needed. Nothing. They haven't given up anything yet, and the goaltender's got to touch the puck and feel the puck early in this game. Got to keep those high-skilled players off of the puck from the Notre Dame Saints.
Here's 2 of them in the circle. Jaswin and Babin take it. The freshman win the draw in his own end. Laying a hit is Hordichuk. Quinart will get on the loose puck and will flip it down deep. Back is a sophomore, Jack Wilson. Couldn't take the puck away. Mountain Ridge really beat down Basha Perry with a lot of long offensive zone shifts on Tuesday night. Jasmine with a little bit of speed. Stepping up on him is Jonathan Lewis. Here comes Brown the other way for Mountain Ridge. Brown walks in, taking off his stick. Babin toward the net. Stopped before it could get there as Chase Kaplan got his stick in the way. Gets it to his relative in Justin. Chase, who is one of the best defensemen in AHSHA, especially in D1. Notre Dame didn't have him last year, and he's been a huge impact to them this season.
Yeah, look at the start of this game, too. Mountain Ridge has kept them on their ozone entries from Notre Dame. They've got nothing.
Kaplan lays a big hit. Landon Wood couldn't get it toward the net. He gets it back, puts it to the side of the net. Cavalcante will keep it going. Brooks can exit the zone as Hogenauer tried to get it past Quinart. Hogenauer couldn't keep this one in, and they'll take it back to neutral.
Here again, they just close everything off. That Mountain Ridge is really defending that blue line really well against this high-skilled Notre Dame team. I think it's going to be a key for this game as it goes on. They've got to protect that blue line.
Cavalcante covers. Petey, we talked about it before the game, and RJ Cavalcante had a game for the ages in the quarterfinals against Basha Perry, 33 save shutout.
You know, I thought he was really composed, too, for a sophomore. One of the concerns you have tonight now, it's a bigger stage against a bigger team on a bigger game. Can he follow it up with the performance he had the other night? And so far, so good. He's touched the puck early a couple times. Hasn't been tested yet, but it's good to see the puck a few times as a goaltender.
He sees it there again, gets a pad on it, and out comes Mountain Ridge with Camden Nelson. Gramlich gets back to take it away from Mountain Ridge. In their purple, they are the away team as they are the 3 seed against the number 2 seed Mountain Ridge, who takes the whites.
Yeah, and this is one of the things this is how Mountain Ridge has to compete against Notre Dame. You just got to ride it out. You got to defend as well as you can through the blue lines. You can't give them that big opportunity, that big stretch play, that big breakaway play, and then just hope at some point, whether it's a power play or late in the game or a turnover, that allows you to create some offense.
Here's the top line. You saw Sam Koch have a big game last night, a goal and an assist. He gets that boost up to play with Gramlich and Borzone. Here comes Gramlich with a lot of speed. Gets it past Rosella. Gramlich shoots, shoulder save by Cavalcante as Gramlich let it go from the circle.
And that's the speed we talked about with Gramlich, his ability to turn the defenseman inside out and get that shot off from the top of the circle. Man, he's fun to watch.
He plays with Borzone. Gallo will take it in center ice. Stepping up is Chase Kaplan to whip it in deep. Engelert couldn't get it there. Trying to keep it in is Borzone. He's another one who started the season late because of injury. Hordichuk shoots. His shot went off a stick and wide. Another boost for this Prep Saints team, like they needed it offensively. 5 goals last night against Brophy, and now they get a kid like Braden Hordichuk, another freshman, to show up in a big spot. Levesque pushes it ahead for the Mountain Lions. Anders pins him to the wall. Taking it out of the group is Horman. He had those 2 markers in the quarterfinals against Basha Perry. Turns it down deep. Mountain Ridge cycling, centering pass, looking for Horman, cleared out of the way. That was Chase Kaplan getting his stick in the process. Tate Mickey will pick it up, go off the wall, and back out to neutral. Hughesby for Mountain Ridge, pressured by Hordichuk. He's laid into the boards by him. Mountain Ridge sends it all the way down. Wilson couldn't touch it as it would have been too many men. Notre Dame was in the midst of a change. Hyveren for the Mountain Lions. And Notre Dame will start at their own goal line. See him opening up the neutral zone. Jasmine across the line. Jasmine to the goal line. Couldn't get the shot away. Centering pass hit the skate of Hyveren, and he'll backhand it out.
Again, you look at how well a Desert, Mountain Ridge is protecting that front of the net. Like that pass from Jaswin, if that gets through, that's an easy tap in back door. But again, Mountain Ridge is defending well in front of their goaltender and they're defending the blue line, and that's how they got to play.
They couldn't have defended better 2 nights ago against Basha Perry.
Kept them off the board.
A big donut for the Bearcats. Mountain Lions looking to do somewhat similar tonight. They'll get an offensive zone draw, and Jake Gobeg will take it. Gonna do this one more time. Gobeg jumped a little bit early. You're going to see a lot of this top line for Notre Dame. You've already seen them 4 or 5 shifts. Borzone, Gramlich, and Koch.
I wonder if that's going to wear them down, Dylan. You know, you're talking about a couple of big games and a couple nights for this Notre Dame team. Is that going to wear them down as much as that top line plays?
This is 2 games in less than 24 hours for the Notre Dame Prep Saints. They've done it a few times this season, a Saturday, Sunday, but not at the playoff moniker, right?
Yeah, not at this pace.
This will go down for icing as Koch hustles back, but you have a freshman. He didn't play the entire season. He's got to have a lot of gas in that tank.
Yeah, you'd think this is what's going to be interesting, though. As this game wears on, the longer Notre Dame doesn't get on the board, these big players, they want to be the star. And it's, do one of those guys make a mistake, the longer this stays tied.
Borzone pushes on the draw. Engelrath back for Mountain Ridge. Koch looking to tip it forward. Sam Koch did not start the season with Notre Dame on their D1 roster. He has midway through the year, and he's had a big impact at that, especially last night against Brophy, another icing call and another stoppage just about 5 minutes through the first.
Well, the other thing good to see with that freshman playing up with the big boys is you want to build the program. I mean, guys are going to graduate. Gramlich's gone at the end of the year. Like, you're going to have to build these guys up from the bottom. So it's great to see a freshman get an opportunity in an experience like this in the Mullet Arena in a semifinal game. Because guess what? They got to do it again next year. So you got to keep filling that program.
That's exactly right. The D2 kids, I mean, Mountain Ridge is that program, right? The past few years we've heard about, wow, they have a great D2, D3 team. Now it's coming up to D1. Hordichuk right off the draw gets on the loose puck.
You've noticed him on the ice, haven't you, Dylan? Like when Hordichuk's on the ice, you notice him.
You do.
He was on the forecheck on the last shift, physical on the first play here. He's a nice play at the blue line.
Mountain Ridge's defense has noticed them as well. They've done a good job.
Yeah.
Kaplan kicks it forward. Still loose in the circle. Drop pass. Quiner scores!
And that's what we talked about. You talk about Mountain Ridge just waiting for an opportunity. That's an unbelievable play there where they pick the defenseman all alone in the slot. That's the first opportunity of the game. They haven't had a shot on goal the entire game here. They get a great look, wide open in the slot. They just have to be patient to get chances like this. That's an unbelievable goal early for this Mountain Ridge team.
Their first official shot on goal goes in the back of the net. Kyle Quiner gets credit for it. Brown and Babin on the assist for that top line for Mountain Ridge.
And Quiner's one of the guys this team turns to for offense. We talked to the coach before the game, and he said that's a guy that can help break it open. He's got 8 goals in 15 games on the season, and there he's left alone, all alone in the middle of the slot there. See what Notre Dame and how they handle playing from behind for the first time in this tournament.
You're exactly right. They haven't done that in 3 games now. Kaplan all the way across looking for Edmonds. It went behind Wood. They shut out Desert Vista at the end of the regular season. They didn't trail against Brophy last night. Kaplan steps in. He keeps the puck in the zone, and right out comes Mountain Ridge. Connor Brown will get to the red and knock it in. A little bit more pace now. Already one in the back of the net. The scoring's going to continue. Englerth will use the wall. Borzone gets there first. Caught up in his legs. Good play by Horman to take it away. And now he'll start the rush for the Mountain Lions. Stick check by Kaplan. Horman couldn't get it in front. Adam Kaplan will clear it all the way down. And another icing. Pete, I know this is the first time you've seen Notre Dame in person this year. You got a lot of Kaplans on this team.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned the entire year. You got Colin, you got Chase. Those 2 are twins. Justin is a brother, and then you have Adam, who's a cousin.
So when I'm in doubt, just throw out Kaplan.
Yes.
Kaplan on the puck, and I might get it right.
The percentage will be
You know
high.
what, that happens at Notre Dame. They always, like Gramlich, we had a couple of Gramlich. Like
Yep, Cade.
Yep, you get those families coming through this Notre Dame program. Sullivan's came through this program.
Engler shot glove saved by Gahan. Up in Flagstaff, they got a family, Cook family. They got 5 of them.
Yeah,
all
I
of them
heard you
playing
talking about
hockey.
it on the show. That's unbelievable. High school hockey in Arizona, gotta love it.
Warzone will take this draw. Mountain Ridge wins it. Engler loads up and his stick breaks in the process. Notre Dame looking to take advantage. Gramlich against Rahela. Drop pass for Borzone. Borzone to the net. Couldn't get a shot away. Cavalcante holding his crease. Well, we're going to have a penalty.
Yeah, it's going to be go big, I think.
Roughing against go big. Notre Dame to the power play.
You know, this is what you don't need to see from Mountain Ridge right now. You're playing the exact game you want to play. You're defending well. You're not giving their top players an opportunity to get to the blue paint or get across the blue end. You can't give these stars of the Notre Dame Saints opportunity on the power play. This is a concern. This is, you got to stay out of the box, and that's a needless penalty behind the net after they made a really good defensive play out in front. So let's see what this Notre Dame Saint team can do on the power play.
Mountain Ridge 2 for 2 on the PK last night. Notre Dame 0 for 2 on the power play in both of their quarterfinal games. Hogenauer will be the quarterback at the top. Jaswin, Borzone, Gramlich, and Tate Mickey, the 5-man unit. Mountain Ridge clears it all the way down to Gahan.
That's the one thing about this Notre Dame power play. They have so many weapons. There's not one guy that Mountain Ridge has to keep their eye on. It's everybody. Like, they have 5 scoring threats when they're on the ice in purple. It's going to be a tough kill.
Here's Gramlich with a lot of speed. This Notre Dame team had 16 power play goals in the regular season of 20 games. Pass across for Hogenauer. Notre Dame hasn't been able to set up just yet. 35 seconds gone in the power play. Cross ice pass. Hogenauer keeps it in at the blue. Taken away by Babin and forced out to neutral. The Notre Dame power play seems out of sorts to start.
Yeah, they haven't had an opportunity to set up, and part of that's the defending of Mountain Ridge. They're not giving time and space right now, and I think, you know, that's how they have to do it. Sticks in lanes, not allowing them to set up.
Mickey will go over the line, tried to center for Gramlich, who will get on the rebound. 55 ticks to go in the man advantage for Notre Dame. Gramlich all the way across. Went by Jaswin, he gets the puck off the boards. Englerth does battle. Loose puck for Rahela, glove down by Hogenauer, who keeps it in at the blue. Hogenauer, backdoor pass, loose puck, Jaswin will get on it. Go big still in the box. Jaswin at the goal line looking to turn with it. Babin took it away. Still loose. Hughesby couldn't pick it up. Jaswin with another great job. Back in front. Gramlich all the way across. No shots yet for Notre Dame. Jaswin fanned on it. Rahela lays him out in the corner. Borzone comes out of a crew with it. On the backhand, pressured by Babin. Jaswin's pass goes past Mickey. Englerth gets it out, and Mountain Ridge gets the exit they needed. Here's Hughesby into the zone against Kaplan. Centering pass, nobody home. Or a zone will go off the wall and all the way down. This will be another icing.
You know, Mountain Ridge survives that, but they have the puck on their stick twice on that penalty kill. That puck's going to go down. You look at Rahela had that puck coming around. He had all kinds of time. Take a couple of strides, make the play, get it down the ice. You can't turn the puck over and allow Notre Dame to continue on their power play. Conversely, Notre Dame needed to get some momentum on that, and they just didn't. Not only did they not need grade A scoring opportunities, they didn't make the goaltender make any saves. So you got to try to get something off of that power play. And right now, I got to give it to Mountain Ridge. They're playing a great game so far.
Exactly how they started the game against Basha Perry 2 nights ago. Defensive, they get one in the back of the net, and they continue playing their game. Kaplan looking to move it ahead on the boards. Ahead goes Hordichuk looking for Justin Kaplan. It's past him. Iverin will exit. Kaplan backhands it, and you said it, 2 minutes on that power play for Notre Dame. No pucks in on Cavalcante.
Yeah, and I think they have to have more patience. I think they're trying to force things, control the puck. You've got really talented, skilled players. Make the right play. Don't rush it. Don't force a play. Just hold on to it. Find out what's open and get that puck zipping. And I don't think they did that on their first power play.
Wood looking to put it in front.
And those are the kind of plays that Mountain Ridge has to avoid. Those little turnovers inside the blue line.
Kaplan cannot keep this one in. Justin will have to come back after Adam. Couldn't keep it in at the blue. Notre Dame leading the possession battle. Mountain Ridge leading on the scoreboard. Kaplan long pass looking for Hordichuk. It goes to Iverin. Glove down by Hordichuk. He has to wait for Justin Kaplan to touch up. This one's offside. Eklund will touch up. Allows the ref to put his arm down. Here's McCosh over the line. He shoots. Blocker saved by Gahan. Only the fourth shot on net for Mountain Ridge.
And really the first time we've heard McCosh's name called in this game. He's a guy that played extremely well in the last game in the quarterfinals. And we see what he can do offensively, especially on the power play. But that's the first time we've seen any offensive outburst from McCosh.
Kleinar over the line a little bit early, which draws the offside call.
You know what? This is a game. Notre Dame's got the firepower in the offense. They can blow this thing open at any time. They're not concerned. Charles Miskio's been here before. This team has been here before. They're calm. They're okay. But for Mountain Ridge, this game's been perfect.
You said it. Low scoring, keep it their game. They get the goal. Now they have a little bit of confidence to play with as well. That was Kleinar from Babin and Brown. That top line combining for the score sheet for goal number 1. Mountain Ridge team that ended the regular season on a 10-game win streak. Add one more in that Basha Perry win. 11 straight. Last time they lost, October 22nd, to these Notre Dame Prep Saints.
Wow.
For a team that only lost 3 times the entire season in the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions. Here's Gramlich with speed. Gramlich cutting toward the net. Gramlich shoots. Oh, what a stop. Cavalcante with the left leg. And the goaltender will take Gallo away from the corner after some physicalities with Gramlich.
You know, that's an amazing save by Cavalcante. I mean, he hasn't had to have any pressure at all in tonight's game. And he gets that left leg, just fires it out there. That's an amazing save. But again, that's what we talk about with Notre Dame's ability to break this game open with their speed. That's the kind of chances Notre Dame can create. If Cavalcante can keep the puck out like that, that's an amazing save, especially when he hasn't been tested yet.
First true test, A+.
And I just wanted to say that name too, RJ Cavalcante. That's a great name.
It's only all-name team.
It is.
Right?
Yeah, I like it.
Kaplan will take the draw for Notre Dame in the offensive zone. They're going to kick Babin out and bring in Kleinar. He steps in, he wins the draw. Hordichuk first one on the puck. Kleinar steps right in and takes the centering pass away. Breaking out is Mountain Ridge to McCosh. He'll take the outside track. Looking to put it in front, went off the leg of Chase Kaplan. He got it right back. Back at the blue, Babin tossed toward the net. Gahan makes the save. That was Kleinar looking to get a stick on it. Hordichuk with a few moves. Moves it back to Jack Wilson. Long pass looking for Tate Mickey. This one offside.
So we talked about McCosh before the game. He's a guy that can play defense, and he can also be played up front during the season. He takes the puck on the rush, jumps up from the D, and he stays in. And Babin has to fill his spot in the back end, and they look totally comfortable with McCosh up front and Babin in the back. Babin's a smart player. Young kid, but he's got a high hockey IQ, Smart play to have on the back end. There was no panic. There was no concern. Backed up and defended off the blue line. It's a really nice play. And plus, I think you're going to need some offense from McCosh in this game if they're going to continue to create offense.
It's truly been scoring by committee for Mountain Ridge the entire year. You're not going to have that top line who takes all those goals. It's 1 through 4. Anyone is a risk. Jasmine off the side of the net. Gramlich will take it, looking to stuff it in. Borzone right back on it. A little switch from Notre Dame. Jasmine, Gramlich, and Borzone on that top unit. Gramlich fights his way through 2 checks. He's still got the puck in the corner. Centering pass taken away by Gallo. And Mountain Ridge will break it out. Go Big just flips it in and makes Kaplan go chase after it. Look at Adam Kaplan. He's going to draw a penalty on the process. Now Notre Dame's looking to take advantage. They get up to Gramlich. Gahan to the bench, extra attacker on. Gramlich toward the net, saved by Cavalcante. And the touch up by Mountain Ridge as Gramlich and Rahela went down low. Tripping is going to be the call against Mountain Ridge, their second penalty of the day.
When you look at Gramlich, that's twice now in the last few plays where he's been able to get offensive opportunities. And look at this play on the forecheck. First you take a tripping penalty, but for Mountain Ridge, you can't have 3 guys below the goal line. You've got a 1-goal lead against an incredibly talented hockey team. Send 1 guy in the puck. You can't send 3 guys below the goal line. Not only do you create offensive odd man rushes against, you take a penalty. So I think Mountain Ridge just got to contain, stay within yourselves. And I know it's hard. You get excited to see the puck, but that's not how they can defend. And you cannot let Notre Dame get on the power play because you're starting to see Gramlich is starting to pick up his game. He's starting to control the puck. He's starting to be a factor.
Gallo is in the box for 2 minutes for tripping. Second power play for Notre Dame. Hordichuk right on the draw. The freshman loses it. Mountain Ridge clears it all the way down.
Hordichuk's been really impressive today. And he wins that draw. Unfortunately, the winger couldn't get and help him out, but he's impressed me early in this game.
Hasn't played the entire season. Played 10 games. He's had 8 points in those games. For another kid like a freshman. We mentioned all broadcast long. These young kids are here to play. Tate Mickey across the line for Notre Dame. 30 seconds gone in the penalty against Gallo. Borzone gives it back to Hogenauer, who shoots. It got blocked down in front and cleared out by Hyverin.
That's a nice play by Hyverin.
Got his body in and immediately cleared it out for the Mountain Lions.
Again, though, this power play for Notre Dame, this is their second one. They just have not created any offense at all.
Hughesby took it away. Good stick by Gramlich to take it back. Tried the give and go. Babin clears it down to Kaplan. They change up a few of their units. Borzone will tip this one in, and Wood will get it on the forecheck. Hyverin knocks it ahead. Gramlich gets it down to Wood for Borzone at the side of the net. He walks in. He shoots. Save. Rebound try. Hordichuk with a few pokes at it. Cavalcante will cover.
Cavalcante, that's another big save. In a pressure situation, that's through a screen. Hard to see that one. Comes up big. Here you see the shot. Through a couple of bodies. Gets it and is able to come up the rebound. And I tell you what, the kid's playing well. And not an overly big goaltender.
No. Only 15 years old, and he's doing this in Mullet Arena and the state tournament. Englert goes off the wall with some purpose and all the way down. 1 minute to go in the first period, 35 seconds to go in the power play for Notre Dame. You got Chase Kaplan, you got Adam Kaplan out there at the same time. Chase to Adam to Borzone. Kaplan to Borzone, who shoots, he scores! Borzone with the power play goal with just 38 seconds to go in the first period, and we're tied at 1.
There you see here, that's another shot through traffic, and this time, young Cavalcante can't pick it up. It's through bodies. But the one thing on this Notre Dame power play, they finally got pucks to the net. It's something they hadn't done in their first 2. Get pucks on net, good things happen. Unfortunately for Mountain Ridge, 1, I think it's a penalty they probably shouldn't have taken. 2, this is really tough to give up a goal in the last minute of the period.
Second try for Notre Dame on the power play, and they make it count. Borzone on the power play to tie us up at 1 with just 30 seconds to go in period number 1. Here's Horman in the corner. They're going to give Gramlich the assist on the goal. Seemed like Kaplan should have got one there as well. They gave it to Gramlich nevertheless. He had 2 points last night against Brophy. A goal and an assist. McCosh with 9 seconds to go in the period. Tries to cut in. Good play by Hogenauer to force him out. Hyveren one last try. Saved by Gahan and cleared out of harm's way by Kaplan. And that'll take us to the end of period number 1. 1-1 the score. Quainar with the goal for Mountain Ridge. A power play goal for Borzone with 39 seconds to go in the first period. Petey, what'd you think?
Well, I think this is exactly what Mountain Ridge needed to do in the first period. They come out of this game period 1-1. Unfortunately, they give it the one in the last minute, and I think that one hurts. But they played an outstanding defensive game. They didn't let the speed of Notre Dame take over this game early. They held the blue line very well, and they defended the blue paint well. On the Notre Dame side, just keep playing your game. Be patient, play 45 minutes. Eventually, you're going to wear down that Mountain Ridge defense, and you're going to get those opportunities from your good players. That's what you need to see from them. For Mountain Ridge, number one's in my coach's speech right now, stay out of the penalty box. Like we cannot put that team on the power play anymore, not the rest of the night. So they have to stay out of the box, especially taking an offensive zone penalty. So look for Mountain Ridge to tighten it up there, but the rest of this game for Mountain Ridge is exactly how they need to play against Notre Dame. For Notre Dame, just keep rolling. Your big guys eventually are going to get those opportunities, wait for the speed to take over the game. And the concern on the other side with Notre Dame is Gahan hasn't seen any pucks yet. Like he hadn't had to make that big save yet. And you saw the championship game a year ago. And he had to make a lot of big saves in that Desert Vista game, and he just hasn't been tested yet. So when you're Mountain Ridge, now it's get pucks at the net and see if you can catch him cold and catch him like you did in the first one.
Quainar got him. Borzone got Cavalcante. And now we start period number 2. Ice cut between period 2 and 3. Only 1 minute intermission here in the semis between the first and the second. 1-1 through 1. Let's see what the second period has in store for us. Nelson pokes at it. Borzone takes it away at the red. You've seen throughout this game, this first line for Notre Dame, they switched it up multiple times. They first had Sam Koch up at the top, as Kaplan will take it in the circle. His shot, good save by Cavalcante, got the rebound too, and a quick whistle by the official stops play. You saw Koch to start it at the first line. You saw Jasmine in there a little bit. Now you see Hordichuk being boosted up with Gramlich and Borzone.
Yeah, and I think one of the things, you play those two players so much with Borzone and Gramlich, they've got to spell somebody else in there with that ice time. And I think they've done a really nice job at getting different style of players there too. You know, Koch is a guy that's going to be a little craftier, a little more skilled player. But when you look at Hordichuk, he can play physical and quick on the puck. So it's interesting how they are mixing up that top line.
Borzone was looking for Gramlich. Jack Wilson shoots. It got tipped wide. Borzone on the back door. Saved by Cavalcante. Gramlich poked at it too. But Cavalcante, who started on the left side of the net, had to come over to the right side to make the save.
You know, he's been impressive. And so far, he's been the best player. You see here again, his athleticism. This time he throws out the right pad. Early in the first period, he throws out the left pad. His kid's quick. He's athletic. And right now he's keeping this Mountain Ridge team in the game.
12 shots for the Prep Saints on net, 6 for the Mountain Lions. McCosh will take it right off the draw. 1 goal for either team in period number 1. Period 2 early. Here's McCosh on the backhand. McCosh toward the net. Good play by Kaplan to take it away. Centering pass went off the side. Quainar will feed Brown down low. Brown centering pass. Jasmine in the right spot to take it away and starts it up for Notre Dame. He'll chip it past. Quainar comes back to take it. Takes a huge hit from Mickey. Jasmine fanned on it. Quainar knocked it ahead. Stepping up is Adam Kaplan. He'll join the rush. Looking for Kaplan. He got knocked off his stick. He throws it toward the net. Still loose in the blue crease. Right off the bench was Koch, but he overskated it. Mountain Ridge with numbers the other way. Brown drops it for Babin in the circle. Babin for Brown. Couldn't tip it on net. Another centering pass. Justin Kaplan takes it away. Puts it toward the corner. Connor Brown looking for Hughesby, where they weren't on the same page. Now we're going to get a penalty against Notre Dame. Interference the call. And they're going to get Hogenauer for this one. You knew one was coming against Notre Dame, and there it is.
Well, let's see what Mountain Ridge can do on the power play. You know, Notre Dame's had 2 cracks at it, gets a goal on their second one. Hey, let's see what these skilled guys of Mountain Ridge can do. Here, look at the penalty again. Yeah, and it's hard to take these penalties. You just got to stop. Like Hoganar's got to lay off. The puck's already gone. Leave, get back to the front of the net. But I will say that, if we talk about the front of the net, Mountain Ridge has one chance from the middle of the ice, and they scored.
100%.
So let's see what they get with the man advantage. Let's see if they get a little more open ice with some of these skilled guys.
Go big, Hughesby, Rahela, the starting unit, along with Brooks and Levesque.
Yeah, you look at Babin and McCosh just finished their shift, so you're going to see them, I'm sure, on the second half of this power play if they're unable to convert on the first half.
Rahela knocks it over for Brooks, who tried to put it toward the net. Hughesby will take it below. The four-man unit for Notre Dame, Borzone with Wood, Chase Kaplan, and Archer Anders. Early here in the second. First chance on the men advantage for Mountain Ridge. They work it on the outside. Try the far side. Hughesby stops it. Just somehow kept that puck in at the blue line. Levesque over for Rahela. 55 seconds gone in the penalty against Notre Dame. Hughesby will pick it up. His shot, glove save by Gahan.
A really good puck movement by Mountain Ridge. Unfortunately, there's no attempts at the net again. You know, they're not be able to make that seam play because Notre Dame's defending a tight box in front of their goaltender Gahan. So no real good looks in that first stretch of the power play. But now you got McCosh on the ice, you got Babin coming on the ice. So let's see if the top players from this Mountain Ridge team can convert.
They change all five. McCosh, Engler, Babin, Koinar, and Horman, the five-man unit. Right off the draw, Gramlich looking to kick it ahead. Short-handed, here comes Gramlich. Englerth is back for Mountain Ridge. Gramlich shoots it, rebound, they score! Short-handed goal for Drew Jaswin. Notre Dame takes the lead 2-1.
Yeah, when you give up a chance like this where you're short-handed, McCosh takes his man all the way in net and he lets him go. He lets Jasmine go from the blue line in. That's got to be an easy play. You got to prepare for that pass off the pad. You got to be there for that rebound. You got to take your guy all the way to the net. Jasmine, that's what we talked about, the speed. Gramlich and Jasmine, they're speeding, and it shows in that short-handed goal.
Notre Dame short-handed goal by Drew Jaswin. Assist goes to Gramlich right off the pad of Cavalcante. Jaswin backhands it in, and Notre Dame takes the lead. Mountain Ridge still with 30 seconds to go in their power play. Here comes Hordichuk the other way. 2-on-2. Notre Dame short-handed again. Hordichuk goes to the backhand, turns and shoots. It went wide. How much does Braden Hordichuk bring to the table?
I tell you what, I really like this kid's effort, his jump. He's quick on his feet. He's had a heck of a game so far tonight.
Koinar knocks it ahead. 5 seconds until Hogenauer is out of the box. The door opens and the defenseman comes right back onto the ice for Notre Dame. He'll head to the bench. Offside the call against Mountain Ridge. There's about 3.5 gone here in the second.
Yeah, that's not the power play Mountain Ridge was looking for. You look at that first half, and they maintain puck possession inside the blue line. Everything was fine. You put out their skilled guys, and unfortunately you turn the puck over. And one thing, when you're on a power play, you're not thinking defending. You're thinking creating offense. So when the puck turns over, you're not back checking. You're not playing against 5-on-5, and it turns out being a 2-on-1 against, and Jasmine gets on the board shorthanded.
You talk about an all-around player. Not only does Reed Gramlich play 5-on-5, he's also playing shorthanded, and he's contributing at that.
Probably played between the pipes too if they'd let him.
Jasmine will stop on a dime, taken away by Hughesby. Mountain Ridge the other way. Hughesby centering pass. Horman shoots. He put it high. Similar spot to his 2 goals against the Bearcats 2 nights ago.
I think Zach Wilson got a stick on that. Nice block by that defenseman.
That's only a sophomore, and he's really made an impact his first year at D1 for Jack Wilson. Justin Kaplan in the circle. Drop pass for Koch. Nobody home on the centering pass. Looked for Borzone, who took the puck away. Borzone and McCosh go to battle. Sharp angle try off the side of the net by Borzone. Kaplan will get on his horse to try to keep it in, and he does. Centering pass. Borzone shoots. He put it high at the crossbar. Rebound try. It goes through the crease from Justin Kaplan. Cavalcante slow to get up, as that one went wide. 2-on-1 for Mountain Ridge. Hughesby in the circle. His shot off the blocker of Gahan. Another try. Babin off the bench. And Borzone stopped his momentum. Babin to the top. Englerth. Deflected to the corner. Rahela will give it right back to Hughesby. It pops up. Kept in by Levesque. To Babin, centering pass, collapsed down by Borzone. Mickey looking for Gramlich on the break. Reed Gramlich all alone. His backhand try fanned on it. Cavalcante was in position. Icing is going to be the call against Mountain Ridge. You got to see Gramlich's burst of speed once again.
Yeah, we talk about Reed Gramlich. From the start of this game, we talked about his speed. Here he is with another opportunity. That's his third opportunity like this in today's game. And I tell you what, Mountain Ridge has to defend him when he's on the ice. And you've got to stay between him and your goaltender. You got to be aware when he's on the ice. You can't give him that kind of room. He is one of the most dominating players in all of high school hockey. You can't give him that much room.
Edmonds fights to win the draw. Over 5 minutes gone in this middle frame. We'll have a full ice cut after this period and a full intermission. Hand pass is the call against Mountain Ridge, which draws the face-off back with 9:11 to go in period number 2.
Well, that's the fear. For if you're Mountain Ridge, you can allow those top players like Jasmine and Reed Gramlich to take over the game. And they were able to keep those guys contained in the first period. The second period, you're starting to see some of that speed creep in. And I think the more frustrated Mountain Ridge gets as this game goes on and they're finding themselves playing from behind, the bigger concern is that they're going to take offensive chances and allow those odd man breaks going back the other way.
And it really all started with them taking those 2 penalties in the first period.
Yeah, again, that offensive zone penalty really is going to come back to haunt them, and that's what caused them to get that goal, give up that goal in the last minute of play.
Babin for Brown. Under 9 minutes in period number 2. Brown centering pass. Good stick by Gahan. The goaltender uses his big stick. Quinar battling with Hordichuk. Kaplan takes it away. Good forecheck by Quinar, and Mountain Ridge keeps the zone. Shot was blocked down, and Notre Dame will high flip it to neutral. Getting on that puck is Hordichuk, kicking on 1-on-2. His shot, glove saved by Cavalcante. Braden Hordichuk. Oof, what a start he's had.
Yeah, and you never know in these tournament games who's gonna step out and who's gonna be the guy that performs. We talked about Koch last night, and it was his night to perform last night. Now it's Hordichuk that you're noticing jumping off the page, and when you hear a guy's name over and over again, he's doing something right.
And now you have Borzone pushes on the draw, backhand pass looking for Gramlich, taken away by Mountain Ridge. That was a set play right off the draw for Notre Dame. Hogenauer will chase this one all the way back. Gobig applies the pressure. Looking to center. Bjorndal took it away. First time we've called Cody Bjorndal's name tonight. Hogenauer will turn in his own zone. Past the 8-minute mark. Bjorndal over to Kaplan. Pressured by Nelson. And the senior from Mountain Ridge forces the offside.
Yeah, I think this one, if you're Mountain Ridge, you just got to, I don't want to say stop the bleeding because it's a 2-1 game, but you're going to have to find a way to, one, stop the speed of Notre Dame, but two, you've got to generate offense. You're playing from behind here, and they haven't been unable to get any opportunities on Gahan this whole second period. And that's a concern as you step it, playing from behind against a team like this.
You mentioned it. How was Notre Dame going to respond after going down 1? And they did. They were given a little bit of a gift with that power play, and they made good use of it. Took the lead shorthanded. And a goal by Drew Jaswin. Here's Jaswin again. Pins Hughesby to the wall. Tries to cut in front. Still loose. It's loose in the blue crease. Babin poking at it. Mickey's back down. And Jaswin will take it away to the corner.
It's a nice play by Mickey holding up the stick in front of the net. I tell you, this Notre Dame team has been really good inside their own zone at not allowing Mountain Ridge to get that opportunity from inside.
There's another body going flying. That was Anders as it went down. That was Jaswin. McCosh gets on this loose puck. He'll come down from the blue looking to center. Taken down to the ice by Jaswin. Back in front, Hughesby's shot off the leg of Mickey.
Another
and out.
block shot by Mickey. This is a heck of a shift defensively by Mickey. Block shot, lifted up the stick of the forward.
Hughesby, blocker save by Gahan. LeVake gets it down low. Mountain Ridge one shot away from tying this game up. Starting to tilt the ice a little bit. LeVake turns it over. Wilson will look for the long pass. Icing's going to be the call as they were looking for the breakaway for Justin Kaplan.
You know, you talk about them tilting the ice, and offensively they are getting offensive zone time, but they can't get to the inside. And you see how well the defenders for the Saints are protecting the net front in front of Gahan. They're blocking shots. They're getting sticks in lanes. They're defending well. They're under sticks. I mean, Mountain Ridge has the puck, but they're on the perimeter, and they're not getting any really good scoring opportunities, let alone shots on goal.
That's all credit to assistant coach Taylor Nelson. He runs the D for Notre Dame. He's been doing a really good job this year. A team that only gave up 38 goals the entire season, the least in Division I.
Yeah, it's impressive right now. And we talked about their offense and how well they can play with speed and skill. Well, they're defending extremely well. They're not chasing pucks below the goal line. They're not giving up any opportunities between the hash marks. You got to give it to the way Notre Dame is defending this period.
Comes to the side of the net, looking to turn around, back in front. Gahan made the stop. He was looking behind and jumped out in front. Gramlich looking for Bjorndal, had to come back to get it. Gramlich will pick it up across the line. Gramlich already with 2 assists tonight. Right back in front, they score! There's number 3, Bjorndal.
This is a tough one for the goaltender to track because as Gramlich's going around the back of the net, he throws it back out on the strong side. Goalie keeps moving to the other side, and Bjorndal's able to throw that one and let the goalie moving the wrong way. That's a tough play coming back against the green. Like, that's a heck of a pass for Gramlich.
That's all 3 goals for Notre Dame. The primary assist for Reed Gramlich. A goal like that, very similar to the first goal last night against Brophy that he fed Jasmine in front.
Exactly, and he's coming as advertised tonight. His speed has taken over this game, and that was the concern for Mountain Ridge to begin with. It was don't allow Reed Gramlich to take over this game.
So far, he's done just that. 5:30 to go in period number 2. Notre Dame with a 2-goal lead. Iverin knocks it ahead. Bortachuk overskated it and got it right back with speed. Bortachuk past Babb and pass across for Koch. Couldn't get the shot away. Cavalcante was at the top of his crease, and the freshman was looking for another playoff goal. Get it up to the sophomore Makash. Kaplan will face back to get it there before Kleinar. What a play by Adam Kaplan. Bortachuk misses a hit. Mountain Ridge somehow keeping that line. And Hordichuk will finally sweep it out. 18 shots for Notre Dame, 11 for the Mountain Lions. Brooks keeps it in. Kaplan was looking to go the other way. Here's Adam. You almost have to say their first names now because they're playing together, right? Adam, Chase, and Justin.
I'm glad you have that job, not me.
The wall. Taken away by Hyverin. He's knocked off the puck by Mickey. Been a very physical game so far. Justin Kaplan takes a spill as he was trying to center the puck. Orman ahead to Babin. Looking for Hughesby cutting right down the middle. That was Hogenauer taking the puck off his stick. Orman's stick goes flying. He'll have to go and pick it up. Mickey with a nice move in his own zone and starts the rush for Notre Dame. Over to Justin Kaplan. Drop pass for Mickey. Went through his legs. Horman the other way for Mountain Ridge. Long pass for Hughesby. It clipped his blade, which negates the icing. Horman thought he had LeVake behind him and let the puck go. Gramlich starts it ahead for Notre Dame. Here's Reed Gramlich. Pass for Hella. At the goal line, looking to feed Borzone in front. Bjorndal was laid off the bench. You can see the Mountain Ridge defense focusing so much on Gramlich that his other 2 wingers can just stand right in front of the net.
And that's what's happening in this game. I mean, that's what opened up space for his wingers, is he has to draw attention, because if you don't draw attention to him, he'll beat you up that way. I mean, he's really been dominating this game. He's an impressive kid to watch the way he moves up the ice.
Rahela knocks Bjorndal off the puck. Go Big will start behind his own end. 3 minutes to go in period number 2. Mountain Ridge needing to generate some sort of offense. Remember, they scored the first goal in this game off the stick of Kyle Quinar. Notre Dame with 3 straight right after that. Looking for number 4, Bjorndal has Borzone. Borzone dragged. What a play by Haggerty coming back on the back check to stop that shot.
Yeah, that's a great play by Haggerty. The defenseman stepped up, creating the 2-on-1. Haggerty comes back check, saves the day.
Lifted Borzone's stick right at that last moment before he was going to let it go. His shot blocked. Kaplan steps up. Haggerty comes the other way. He's got a breakaway. Haggerty in the circle. His shot saved by Gann.
Haggerty's running out of gas here. That's up and down the ice a couple times. That's a heck of a shot. That might be their best chance of the period.
That one just misses the far post. Mountain Ridge looking to generate some sort of momentum off that. Haggerty with 3 goals in the regular season. He was looking to make his biggest goal of the season right there. Gahan, it was the first time he's seen some rubber as that. Koch in the corner with Wood. Englerth will just launch it all the way down for another icing.
Yeah, I tell you what, Mountain Ridge is going to have to find a way to generate some offense. And this is hard. You get an opportunity because here's Haggerty. Again, it starts with his back check. He's able to create the turnover, which gives them an opportunity going forward. And that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to find a way to create turnovers in the defensive zone so they can start getting the puck up the ice and trying to generate some offense off the rush. Because when they set up 5-on-5 in the zone, Notre Dame is giving them nothing. So they're going to have to try to generate something off of the rush.
Mickey toward the net. Pad save by Cavalcante. Mountain Ridge breaks it out with Brown. Jack Wilson back for Notre Dame. We mentioned how good their defense has been. They've had 2 new defensemen this year, and Chase Kaplan along with Jack Wilson, and at times they've been paired up.
Yeah, I tell you what, they're defending for Notre Dame's what's impressed me the most today. Because you think about their speed and skill, but man, they're defending well.
3 of them returned. You talk about Adam Kaplan, Madden Hogenauer. They were the second-line D last year. Evan Cobley and Connor White, they graduated. Those 2 have taken a bigger role. Talk about Archer Anders, he's another returner at that. But Jack Wilson and Chase Kaplan, new faces to the Notre Dame program. They play the exact same way as everybody has in the past.
Yeah, and that's a testament to this coaching staff. It's still the same Notre Dame program, same Notre Dame team that they roll out year after year, and that's how they consistently win.
Been in the final the past 3 years. Looking to clinch for number 4. McCosh over the line for Mountain Ridge, looking to deny that as his shot went high and wide.
It's another good stick by Hogenauer. I guess the little details of the game right now that Notre Dame is using to help defend in front of Gahan.
This is a Notre Dame team that they didn't see R.J. Cavalcante in the regular season, but they saw him, at least a few of them did. Tate Mickey did, along with Justin Kaplan, last year in the D2 playoffs. They saw R.J. Cavalcante, who actually got the better of them that night. 6-3 Mountain Ridge won. That sent them to the D2 championship last year where they felt the pinnacle. But John Cano, their other goaltender, their senior goaltender, saw Notre Dame both times this year.
You talk about that D2 championship last year. A lot of those kids from Pinnacle are now playing on their D1 team. You talk about here at Mountain Ridge, a lot of those kids are playing on this team. And I think that really shows, hey, you got to win at those other levels and then just keep building and keep developing. And eventually, maybe you'll make it here to the D1 state championship.
Gramlich to Borzone, shot saved by Cavalcante. You talk about those lower programs. Ed Georgievich, head coach of Mountain Ridge, he was telling me how their D3 team finally lost. They haven't had a loss all year until a few weeks back. They now have won, and their D2 team is also playing very, very well.
You know, when it talks about the depth of high school hockey here in the state of Arizona, that these teams have 1, 2, 3 teams. You go to Pinnacle, they've got 4. Like, it's just amazing how many kids are participating in high school hockey here in Arizona.
And now when they make it to the D1 level, they get an experience like this, playing at the big pro arena.
Playing at the mullet.
Gramlich comes out of the corner, backdoor pass, looking for Borzone, and a great play by Rahela to look at it the whole way. It was almost like a no-look pass from Gramlich as he was looking to look off the defender and find Bjorndal.
Yeah, Rahela's played some nice plays on the back end today for Mountain Ridge.
Levake's shot goes wide, 2-1. That'll take us to the end of the second period. 1-1 was our score after 2 goals for Notre Dame in the second period. Off the stick of Drew Jaswin, shorthanded, and then Cody Bjorndal made it 3-1. It's been Borzone, Jaswin, Bjorndal in the goals. Gramlich, and Gramlich on the assists.
Yeah, I tell you, that Reed Gramlich is a heck of a hockey player. And he can take over a game. We've talked about it before. We talked about it during, and we'll probably be talking about it after. And I remember him, when I saw him, the first game when I saw him play, he didn't do it offensively. He was playing defensively with a smaller kid. He was a younger kid, but he blocked a shot in the defensive zone that ended up being one of the key plays to win the game. And it just showed the commitment to this kid and how hard he plays. And it shows every time he touches the puck. I tell you what, this Notre Dame team, when they get their speed going, they're dangerous because you see how well they defend. The problem right now, the problem for Mountain Ridge, we talked about their defending and how well they defended the blue line and how well they defended the front of the net for their goaltender Cavalcante. Well, now they're trailing the game 3-1. So what happens? Well, now you got to try to get offense. So here's the concern. Now you're going to look at players like McCosh. McCosh is going to take the puck up from the back end. He's playing on the defense. He's going to have to take opportunities. He has to. They're down by 2. So you're going to have to look for the defense to join the rush. And then the concern is you've got to take more chances, which is going to create opportunities going back the other way for Notre Dame. And a team that can thrive on turnovers and speed, then you can't make any mistakes if you're Mountain Ridge. You have to be able to get pucks on net, which they haven't been able to do. You have to try to get to the inside, which they haven't been able to do. And so for me, got to stay out of the penalty box. First and foremost, no penalties by Mountain Ridge in the third period. 2, you're going to have your best players be your best players. We haven't seen Bamman and McCosh take over offensively yet. They're going to have to this period. They're going to have to take chances. They're going to have to stretch the zone. They're going to have to cheat a little bit because they got to find a way to generate offense. But you can't forget, you got to defend because that's their hallmark of this team. So you got to find a way to have that mix and still come out of this one trying to get some goals behind Gahan, who's been fantastic again tonight.
Gahan with 11 saves on 12 shots. A full ice cut. We'll be back. 3-1 Notre Dame after 2. We'll be back for the third. Back here at the Mullet, through 2, 3-1 Notre Dame in front over Mountain Ridge. Dylan Pescator, Steve Peters. Petey, first semifinal, first 2 periods you've seen, and it's been a lot of speed for Notre Dame.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame's playing the exact game they want to play. Their best players have been their best players, and they're playing with speed right now, and they're defending extremely well. This is exactly the game plan Charles Missio drew up.
For Mountain Ridge, got to get some offense going. They had that first goal. They've let the last 3. Now they have 15 minutes to at least score 2.
You know, I think they liked the first period. I think they defended well. They got out to the early lead, and then they took the penalty that turned the tables of this game. I don't think Mountain Ridge is built to play from behind. This is going to be difficult for them. So unfortunately, you're going to have to see guys taking chances. And I think it's going to have to be McCosh. He's been their best skater tonight. I know you look at Babin, and Babin also drives their offense. But right now, McCosh is the guy. He's got his feet moving. You're going to have to look to him to try to help generate the offense for this Mountain Ridge team.
What are the keys in the last 15?
Well, for Mountain Ridge, you're going to have Cavalcante is going to have to be spotless. He can't give up another one. The next goal of this game is going to be huge. If Notre Dame takes a 4-1 lead in the third period, look out. If Mountain Ridge can climb back in this 3-2, then you got a ball game. Then you can, if you hang on at 3-2, you pull a goalie, and you got a chance. You get on a power play, you got a chance. But I think that next goal is going to be extremely huge in this hockey game.
Notre Dame has some nightmares of a 4-1 lead last year right here, right? Against Desert Vista. What a heartbreaker that was. A great game at that. Third period right now between Notre Dame and Mountain Ridge. Remember, right after this one, about 15 minutes after, number 1 Centennial will take on number 5 Pinnacle. That game will start right around 7:20. Different link, same YouTube channel, and it'll be the same guys. So if you like us, tune in to game 2.
Yeah,
if you
we're going to do 2 in a row?
Yeah, 2 in a row, Pete.
Oh, buddy, is Kenny's paying us by the hour? What's going on?
Maybe you.
Jeez. Hey, speaking of that, though, Dylan, tomorrow, after all of these semifinals have wrapped up, you and I tomorrow are going to be talking and doing a championship preview tomorrow on PHNX Sports. So if you want to check that out, make sure you go over to the PHNX YouTube. And we're going to be out around noon is what we're hoping for. Get around noon, lunchtime. We're going to have some highlights from both of these 2 games. We're going to talk about the championship on Sunday and all the good, bad, and the ugly from tonight's games.
2 tickets are going to be punched tonight. We're going to have the show. I've heard some great reviews from the quarterfinal preview, and now we get to do it in studio together tomorrow. That'll come out right around noon. What you say, PHNX Sports on YouTube?
Yep. Just go to the PHNX YouTube channel, or you can go to the PHNX_Coyotes audio podcast. And this will be also an audio podcast tomorrow. So if you want to listen on podcast, make sure you go and subscribe to the PHNX Coyotes podcast.
Love it. Got to get the plug in. Period 3 right now. Notre Dame, Mountain Ridge. Notre Dame is not usually the road team in the playoffs. They're not usually the quote-unquote underdog. They've embraced that role this year. It was a slow start to them. Had a 3, 4, 5 game start where this wasn't the Notre Dame team. They've gotten better as the season has gone along.
Yeah, I don't know if they're too familiar with coming in as the lower seed, to be honest. But this is right where Charles wanted to have this team. You got a 2-row lead going in the third period. You've been the better team to this point. You've shown you can beat the goaltender on the other end of the ice. Gahan hasn't been tested yet, and we've seen him win games all on his own in the past. So he has to be sharp. They have to defend well, and if they keep the speed game going, this is going to be a tough hill to climb for Mountain Ridge.
Notre Dame will start out with the big boys. They're going with Gramlich, Borzone, and Bjorndal. That top unit, Mountain Ridge, Gallo, Nelson, and Gobig. Period 3, off and running, 15 minutes to go to see who's punching their ticket to the championship. Gramlich behind the net, looking to feed the front. Gobig takes it to the corner for the Mountain Lions. Gallo looking to take him on 1-on-3. Ogenauer closes his gap and takes Gallo all the way to the corner. Stop that play immediately. Bjorndal couldn't get it out. Kept in by Engelworth, and a glove save by Gahan.
See, and that's how Notre Dame's defending. It's a 1-on-3. It's hard to generate offense when you're on 1-on-3. Unfortunately for Mountain Ridge, they're going to have to start dumping pucks in from the blue line. If you're facing a 1-on-3 at the blue line, you're going to have to get pucks behind their defenseman. You got to attack on the forecheck, and maybe you can create a turnover below the goal line and try to generate some offense from there. This is all going to be about them trying to create offense. And now you're seeing McCosh playing up front. So they're using him from the back end, and now they're putting him up in the forward position. And
you see him with Babin and Quinar, who that's their top line. That's their big dogs on this Mountain Lion team. Maybe big Lions. Quinar gets taken down by Justin Kaplan. We're going to get a penalty.
Yeah, and this is exactly what Mountain Ridge wanted. They put the big boys together. You put McCosh up in front. Now you've generated a power play, and we'll see what happens.
It's going to be Justin Kaplan to the box. They called interference on that call. And you have a goaltending change as well for Mountain Ridge. John Cano in net for the Mountain Lions. The senior gets in for the third period. They put Cavalcante on the bench.
You know, maybe Cano can give him a little spark. And that's no knock on Cavalcante. He had a heck of a game tonight. He held him in it, but maybe, you know what, sometimes you make a goaltender change to give a spark to your team. And maybe that'll help in Mountain Ridge. Let's see what they do on this power play.
Second power play of the day for the Mountain Lions, over one so far. They also gave up a shorthanded goal to Reed Gramlich, who put it off the pad, and then Jaswin finished the job off. Here's Kyle Rahela getting it ahead for Huseby. Huseby steps in, his shot off the stick of Chase Kaplan and wide.
I thought that could have been another one there.
Mountain Ridge was putting their arm up. The officials in black and white did not. 40 seconds gone in the penalty against Justin Kaplan. He was taken for tripping. Huseby across the line. Stops at the half wall. Jack Wilson poking at it. He takes it away, couldn't clear. Levesque to Rahela. And Mountain Ridge works the outside. All the way across, shot. Tipped high and wide. Brooks with the initial shot, tipped by Gobig in front. Chase Kaplan will use the wall, and Notre Dame will skate it out. Here comes Bjorndal with some speed. Gets on it, knocked off the puck by Rahela.
That's why puck retrievals are so important on the power play. Mountain Ridge takes an attack at the net. Nobody's there to pick up the puck on the other side of the ice. Notre Dame has all kinds of time to clear the puck and get the puck 200 feet down the ice. Mountain Ridge is going to have to be quicker on pucks.
You got 25 more seconds on the power play to do it. Notre Dame starting off today and add another one at the start. They've killed 14 of their last 15 penalty kills. Knocking it down is Mickey. That means in the last 14, they've at least tied up in terms of goals scored. Comes in front, and the tip goes high. Englerth cutting in front and put it high in the net of Gahan. Kano will come out to play it. Justin Kaplan is out of the box.
It's a big penalty kill for Notre Dame early in the period.
They go 2 for 2. They continue their dominance on the man advantage. Pass in front. Kano with a big save on Justin Kaplan, who took the turnover and cut right in.
Kano's first save of the game is a point-blank shot from inside the blue paint. That's an amazing save without being tested or warmed up. That's a great save by Kano.
Let's see it one more time. It was a turnover back behind the net.
You see Makash trying to do too much again. That's what your fear is when you're trailing the lead. What a save. Snaps out the right pad. Big save, no warm-up. Early tester for Kano, and he answers the call.
Kano with 11 starts this year, 8-2-1 record, a 2.80. This isn't a backup goal. He is a really good goaltender, and he goes in! Oh, a good tip, and Gramlich gets on the board. Reed Gramlich has 3 assists tonight on the first 3 goals, and now he gets one for himself.
Yeah, this is a tough one. We just talked about Kano making that great save point blank. Right off the draw, comes back to Gramlich. Quick shot. Not sure if that rolls up the stick, but Kano didn't see that, didn't play it well, and he would like to have that one back, I'm sure. But that's what you do, you throw pucks at the net. I think it rolls up the defender from Mountain Ridge. Unfortunate for Kano after making such a good save on the play before. But there's Reed Gramlich again. It's the Reed Gramlich show here tonight in the first semifinal game.
4 points for Gramlich. A goal and 3 assists with still 11:45 to go in the third period. He had a goal and an assist last night. He's put up video game numbers all season. 15 games this year in the regular season, 31 points with 15 goals and 16 assists.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. This is a tough spot for Mountain Ridge to be in right now, and to climb back against one of the best teams in the state. You know, you've been able to get past Gahan once. It's tough to beat him 3 times.
And then if you want to win, you have to beat him another time, right? Hogenauer will pick it up in neutral. His shot was blocked down. Mickey on the backhand try. And Kano will catch it with the glove and get the whistle.
Another good save by Kano. And here's what, when you're on the bench at Mountain Ridge, it's one at a time. You can't get all 3 back all at once. It's one at a time. Just stick with the game plan. Get pucks deep. Let's get pucks to the net. Try to create some traffic in front of Gahan. and try to get one back. Let's get that first one back and see where this game goes, but it's one at a time.
We'll have to do the draw one more time. Mountain Ridge, a very young team. We mentioned it. This is not a team with a bunch of D1 playoff experience like Notre Dame. Maybe that experience factor is looking to play a little bit more of an impact.
You know, and it matters. It really does matter. I mean, Notre Dame, they've been in the finals the last 3 seasons. We've talked about that. This team is playoff tested.
McCosh to Hughesby, glove save by Gahan.
See, now that's what they need. They had a 3-on-2. McCosh gives the puck up. They create a scoring opportunity, get a shot off in the wing. It doesn't score, but that's what you need to do. You got to get more pucks to the net. They got a shot off on that one, 3-on-2. That again, Gahan sees it all the way. But if I'm on the bench, keep getting pucks to the net. Keep doing that. Moving the puck. You get concerned with the high-skilled players not try to do it all by themselves for Mountain Ridge, and they can't. You got to do it as a team.
Borzone got the assist on the Gramlich goal. And here comes that top line once more. Borzone over the line, has Gramlich down the center. Tries to make a move, Rahela took it away, and Horman will clear it all the way down. Icing waved off. Seen a lot of D2, D3 championship experience, but it's a different world at Division I.
Yeah, the speed of the game, the size of the players, physicality in this game at D1. The game happens very fast at this D1 level.
Engler through a hold. Over for Levake. Couldn't get past Chase Kaplan. And cleared out. That's textbook from Notre Dame. And now they started offensively. Gramlich into the zone. His shot blocker save. Gloves it down. Couldn't get the second shot away. Bjorndal comes in. Has resistance. Gramlich will go down low. Picked off. And cleared out. This one will go down for an icing after a hit behind the play. Bjorndal and Rahela came together.
Another good save by Kano. Made some good stops. I know we see that shot off the face, off back, but he's looked good. And I'm glad that the senior got an opportunity to play in this game. And maybe they find a way to battle back in it. I do think they're going to have to strike quickly here, though. They can't let too much more of the clock burn off before they get one behind Gahan.
They got just under 10 minutes to work with. Jaswin pushes on the draw. It's a pass Brooks. The only one who knew where it was Connor Brown. Here comes Babin streaking down the center. The freshman looking for Quinar. Good back check by Jaswin to stop that. Then cleared down by Notre Dame. True Jaswin, only a junior, but really plays that 200-foot game.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting. You see the torch getting passed down on this Notre Dame team. This year it's Reen Gramlich's time, and next year it's Drew Jaswin's team. You know, you've seen him. He's been the kid here a couple of years ago, and he's finding his way. And now, as a junior, man, that kid can scoot. He's a heck of a hockey player. Next year, torch gets passed from Gramlich down to Jaswin.
Who knows? Maybe he'll have that C on his sweater like Gramlich does.
Exactly.
Lewis at the blue line, blocked down by Bjorndal. Here comes Notre Dame the other way. Bjorndal and Gramlich tried to go to the center, and a good play by Brooks coming back to stop Bjorndal's try. Borzone, pinned by Quinar. Jack Wilson will keep it in. Drags, he shoots, went blocked down, came right back in front, and Kano will cover.
The lively boards here at Mullet Arena. You got to be ready bouncing off that back wall.
Only what, about 2 years old?
Yeah, they haven't been broken in enough, Dylan.
This isn't the ice den anymore.
It is not the ice den anymore.
Here comes Justin Kaplan with Landon Wood and Sam Koch. Kaplan lays a hit on Hyveren. Braden Horman behind his own net. Mountain Ridge needing something and needing it quickly. Chase Kaplan caught in his skates. Here is the man of the hour. That's what they called him when Sam Koch walked up today at Mullet. They said he's the man of the hour, said Taylor Nelson, the assistant coach.
Goal and assist last night.
You imagine that as a freshman, PD, as they look to wrap it around. What are you saying to your kids at school?
Yeah, no big deal.
Your friend said, oh, I watched you at Mullet Arena last night. You scored a goal, and you had an assist.
Impressive kid.
Horman. Down low, looking to feed McCosh, who was coming right down low in the circle. He fanned on it.
Those are the opportunities that you just can't let slip by. McCosh right in the slot, just past the stick.
Good IQ to come down, had that one-timing ability, but just fanned on it. Here's Jaswin with speed through neutral. In the circle, put it through the blue crease. Hordichuk will come back to take it. Hordichuk's got the white stick, and he's using it. Hordichuk, Jaswin back in front, they score! Picture perfect passing. Hordichuk, Jaswin, Tate Mickey gets the goal.
I tell you, it starts with Hordichuk, though. We've talked about this freshman all along. Look at this play he makes at the blue line. Nice pass to the outside. He creates the turnover in the middle of the ice, leads to a nice passing play from Jaswin to Mickey. I've liked Mickey's game all day, not just on the offensive side, but the way he's defended in Notre Dame's zone. This one could be out of reach now for Mountain Ridge. They get 5-1 to this Notre Dame team. That might be just a little bit too much.
You can't get better than that when it comes to passing. That's almost like in practice.
That was really, you know what though? This is what Notre Dame can do. They have the wheels and they can play like that offensively, and that's why it was imperative that Mountain Ridge defended.
Gramlich's offside. They're going to call this one back.
Yeah, and I know we've talked about Hordichuk already. That's an impressive play in the neutral zone. And he's only a freshman? Really?
This freshman and sophomore class for
I'm
Notre
in my
Dame is
50s and I'm not that big. What the heck's going on with these kids today? Great play at the neutral zone. He's able to make that pass to the outside. Notre Dame just is sharper today. They're on top of their game. I think Mountain Ridge looks like they're starting to run out of gas a little bit. I think they came out with their best in the first period, and now it's starting to fade for them.
which is interesting because you had Notre Dame playing the late game or the game yesterday as it went wide against Brophy. Mountain Ridge had that day off to rest, and it's been better for Notre Dame.
It has.
I guess they got that feeling last night and never came down.
Yeah, their motor's running right now. This is tough, and I know the frustration is going to start coming in for Mountain Ridge. You know, they just got to stick with it and finish out strong. And you know, be proud of the program, be proud of the season you have. You know, their coach has been outstanding. What a great guy Ed is, and you want to see this team finish strong this last 6 minutes.
They've had a great regular season, 15-3-2. Number 2 seed. Here's Justin Kaplan on the break. Kaplan in, save, rebound, and he put it wide. We're going to have a penalty upcoming against Mountain Ridge as Koch was on that second chance opportunity.
A couple nice saves by Kano there.
It's extra attacker for Notre Dame. Anders fans on it. Mountain Ridge still can't touch it up. Bjorndal to Anders toward the net, saved by Kano, and now we get the touch by Haggerty. So Notre Dame to the power play for the third time tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a slash there as Kaplan makes an attempt at the net, and Kano with the save. It's going to be a big slash there. Again, not the situation you want to be in. You're down by 4, 6 minutes to go in the game, and you're playing shorthanded. Everybody's got to play strong. You leave it all out there. This is it, you know, and a lot of these kids will be back next year. You talk about the leaders of this team, Bab and McCosh. They're both back again next year. Cavalcante's another kid. He'll be back next year, and this experience has been invaluable for him. So with 6 minutes to go, they got to kill off this penalty and try to get through the rest of this game.
That's Englerth in the box for slashing. Notre Dame to the power play for the third time. They're 1 for 2. They also have a shorthanded goal tonight. As a team, they've done it all. Shorthanded, power play, even strength. Down low, cleared out by Mountain Ridge. You mentioned it, a lot of players coming back, and this experience, this really lesson is going to teach them so much going from years in the future.
Yeah, and you know what? They got to be proud of what they did. I mean, you look at how well this team played defensively, and they did it without superstars. They did it without you look at some of these teams, some of the top lines of these teams in this Arizona in the state. They can run away with the game. Mountain Ridge wasn't built like that. They did it together as a team. They defended extremely well. They played the right way. I think they need to hold their heads high and be proud of the game that they played today against this really powerful Notre Dame Saint team.
And a lot of those young forwards are going to turn into superstars with years to come.
Yeah, and I have a feeling we'll be right back here.
Jaswin goes down. We're going to get a penalty against Brooks.
Yeah, and this is what you don't want to see. You don't want to see them taking unnecessary penalties. You know, late in the game, let's just keep playing. Let's play 5-on-5. Stay out of the penalty box. Play the right way. I know frustrations run high, but you still want to play the right way.
Chris Brooks to the box. 5-on-3 now for Notre Dame. As 2 Mountain Lions are in the box. Englerth and now Brooks, 2 of their key defensemen. They'll send out 3. And Notre Dame gets some time on a 2-man advantage. 52 seconds for the 5-on-3. Kaplan's going to be at the top. Chase and Adam. There's Justin. Got all three on the ice at the same time. Cleared out by Mountain Ridge. Good work by Gobig. They have Gobig, McCosh, and Hyverin, the 3-man unit for the Mountain Lions. 25 more seconds until Englerth is out of the box. Mickey for Notre Dame as they set it up. Adam to Chase, who shoots. Blocker saved by Kano. Hordichuk right on the rebound, looking to feed it in front. Taken away by Gobig and cleared down. Good PK so far in this 5-on-3 for Mountain Ridge. Right back is Englerth. We make it a 5-on-4 now. Bjorndal across the line. Gonna put it through his legs. Drop pass for Kaplan. Adam to Chase. Big shot save. Rebound for Justin. Still loose. Picked up by Hordichuk. He scores! Power play goal for Braden Hordichuk. 6-1 Prep Saints.
You feel for Kano, makes the big first save, and the puck just rolls to Hordichuk, turn around right into the empty net. Kano doesn't get an opportunity to recover from the first shot. I think frustrations are starting to set in for this Mountain Ridge team. And Hordichuk gets his first of the game.
He's done everything but score so far, right?
Yeah, he's been outstanding today.
So he gets the goal.
You feel for Kano, how well this team defended in the first period, and it just hasn't gone that way as this game has gone on. It just wore down, and that's what we talked about Notre Dame early in this game. Just continue to play where your style hockey and wear this team down.
6-1 Notre Dame in front. Petey, I think the most impressive thing about Notre Dame's impact today has been they have 6 goals, all by different players.
Yeah, it is impressive. And this, you talked about the depth of Mountain Ridge. Well, what about the depth of Notre Dame? You know, we know they have that top end scoring, but everybody's getting an opportunity tonight. And I think it's going to be something interesting to see as they move on to the championship game on Sunday night and see, you know, they're going to face a tough opponent, and you got to win with everybody. And Notre Dame has proven that they can get secondary scoring, they get great defending, their goaltender is top notch. Like, this Notre Dame team is going to be a tough opponent on Sunday.
They're going to face either Centennial or Pinnacle. That's our second game today. Same YouTube channel, but a different link for another stream. Our second semifinal of the day. That game should start right around, depending on how this one ends, but around 7:25, 7:30. You have to wash the ice, get both teams ready to go. Centennial will wear the whites. Pinnacle will be in that navy blue, as you all know, Petey. From years past.
Beautiful red, white, and blue on that Pinnacle Pioneer squad. I will be impartial on that tilt, Dylan, I promise.
That Centennial team, it's a firepower. It's a powerhouse.
Yeah, that team's fun to watch too. And we talk about depth, and they've got it. And then that's another team, top to bottom, that's a really good hockey team. And we're going to see one of the best players in the state, and Cade Pareja, coming out next here in about a half hour. He's a guy that's fun to watch.
He's just like Gramlich, maybe even better depending on who you ask. Here is Gramlich, cutting in front past Brooks. 2:20 to go in the third period. Notre Dame up 5. Babin offside, as he was taken down as well. You're going to have 2 off days as well between these semifinals and the championship. Both teams get a little bit of a rest. Notre Dame, remember, they played 2 games now in 24 hours. They get 2 days to rest. Championship, 5 o'clock right here at the Mullet. Petey, give us your pitch. These fans, I know they like watching us, but they got to be here.
Honestly, and I tell you what, if you were here last year for the championship game, it was a 4-1 game at one point. Desert Vista ties that game around a minute to go in the game and win it in overtime. This building was bumping. I'm telling you, you got to be here. See those high school fans. See the students. See the excitement of kids playing for their high school. It is so much fun down here at the Mullet. Make sure, if you get an opportunity and you hadn't seen a hockey game in the Mullet, come on down. It's the perfect opportunity to be here.
Only a couple bucks. You get to come down. Brooks is going to go to the box. He's charged with roughing against Kaplan. Second time to the box for him. A hit at the end of the game.
Yeah. I think we said this before. You just want to let's get out of this game. You know, and I know the frustration is there for Mountain Ridge. It's a big game. I understand it, but got a minute left to go in this game.
Fourth power play for Notre Dame. They're going to run the clock as it is a 5-goal game for AHSHA rules. Notre Dame feeds it in front. Edmonds, good save by Kano.
Kano with the save of the game right there. Outstanding save by Kano.
Edmonds was wide open in front. Thought he had an easy tap, and Kano had different ideas.
Kano's been outstanding in this third period.
The senior, he gets going. He
You know,
gets
their
in as
goaltending's
well.
been good. You look at the score at 6-1. Kevin Conte was good. Kano was good. It definitely wasn't about Mountain Ridge's goaltending today.
No. Notre Dame's defense took over. 20 seconds to go. They're going to wind this one down. And Notre Dame is going to punch their ticket to the championship. Fourth straight year to the final for Notre Dame. And there it is, a 6-1 win over Mountain Ridge. Notre Dame will be here on Sunday at 5.
I tell you what, that Notre Dame performance today was impressive top to bottom. They did everything right. Their power play was good. They defended extremely well. And I tell you what, when they get that speed game going with that high skill, this team is tough to beat. I think I'm excited to see this team play on Sunday. And we know what this team is all about. Charles Missio has to be extremely proud of his group. They played a heck of a hockey game. You go to the other side, Mountain Ridge, nothing to be ashamed of today. I know the scoreboard looks 6-1, but this Mountain Ridge team fought hard. They had good goaltending. And you go back to that first period, you know, all for that penalty at the end of the period. Maybe this thing goes a little bit different way. You know, you're 1-0, come out of that one clean. But this is a heck of hockey. I mean, I do want to say this, too, about high school hockey. This is what makes it special. You get win or lose, you get at the end of the game, and you shake your opponent's hands for a job well done.
Can't say much better. A lot of these players, they play on the same travel team as everybody else, and a good season for Mountain Ridge, 15-3-2 on the year. You can't say much about that. Matthew Gahan, he's excited. He's going to be back for his second championship here at the Mullet, 4 straight for Notre Dame. Talk about that senior class. Who has it better than them? Going to the championship every single year.
You know what? But you talk about it. They've got something to prove from last year.
Yep.
This is the team that was up. They were up on Desert Vista last year. The game was theirs, and they just couldn't lock it down. And they ended up losing that game in overtime. I tell you what, Matthew Gahan, he wants to get a win here. Like, he might have been here before. These guys want to win. And I tell you what, they are going to have their hands full because both Pinnacle and Centennial, they have guys that can light it up. They both have really good offensive skilled teams. We're going to talk more about Centennial and Pinnacle in a minute, but they're going to have their hands full. This is going to be a heck of a hockey game on Sunday. You are starting to see a dynasty in high school hockey, though. And I know they don't have 4 state championships, but going to the finals 4 consecutive seasons for this Notre Dame team, that's incredibly impressive.
Last one was 21, and now they're looking to put a 24 next to that banner. 6-1, Notre Dame wins. 6 goals by the Prep Saints by 6 different players. 6-1, they'll move on to Sunday. Same YouTube channel, different link. Centennial Pinnacle starting in about 15 minutes. And make sure to buy your tickets for the championship, though, so Notre Dame fans, you've clinched your spot. You got to be here to see if they can raise the trophy.
Share.